everyone, this is Direwolf20, and welcome to episode 33 of Direwolf20's Let's Play of all the mods Skyblock. Hooray! Where today I'm grabbing 2 demonic slates, which I made between episodes here, and as you can see, my automated blaze spawner is just working beautifully, thank you very much. Really enjoying how nice this works out. Like, this thing is just cool. Like, the whole setup is great. You know, from the manual control to the, you know, like, you name it, it works out really well. Turning on manually if we need to for will purposes, like, just all around great. Very pleased with the Apotheosis Blaze Spawner / spawner setup. So today's episode, I would like to jump into 2 things. Number 1, I want to build the ritual of the Green Grove that will hopefully help my crops grow a little bit faster. But then I want to review it and check out what upgrades I can get from the will upgrade system. So first off, and you'll notice I have a bunch of bookmarks over here on the right side for all the will things. So we'll get there. So first off, let's look for the rituals of the Green Grove, I think is what we want. So let's type green, and that'll be cool. Sigil and ritual. All right, cool. So grows crops within its area, all looking good. Raw will increase the speed of all ritual operations based on the total amount of raw will in the aura. Corrosive, entities within range are attacked by nearby plants, leeching away their life to feed their own growth. I don't think we need that one. Vengeful, increase the rate that a growth tick is successful. Cool. Destructive, increase the maximum growth range of the ritual based on the total amount of destructive will in the area. Interesting. Steadfast, seeds are replanted and blocks are hydrated within the hydration range. Interesting. Okay. And then we can modify the area of growth. Steadfast and corrosive if we do it. So I think what I want, probably, is vengeful and raw, right? So I'm going to obviously, because of the way the will system works in Blood Magic, probably get all types of will. And that's fun times. We'll definitely do that. And then we'll have access to them for some other rituals if we, you know, so need. So first step, I think, would be to let's see what it looks like by itself. Then we'll get some steadfast will and some basic will in there and see how much of an upgrade those things apply. So what I'd like to do is probably for temporary purposes, remove my floating agricarnation here. Goodbye. So that we can kind of test this out a little bit all by itself. Sound cool? So agricarnation can chill there. And let's go ahead and get ourselves a master ritual stone. And let's make sure that this guy is programmed for ritual of the Green Grove. There it is. And that's going to need in total 8 runes. Okay, great. So we're going to need 12 runes in total then. Let's just do this. This will be easier. So 12. The ritual stone. The orb. I need the master blood orb. Where is my master blood orb? Did I leave it over here? Possible I did. Did I leave it in you? No. Did I leave it in you? Oh. Did I put it in my backpack? Yes. Found you. Okay, cool. And then let's see, how's my... Oh, that's interesting. I didn't know that did a thing. How's my... this stuff look? Not bad. Not great, by any stretch. And I haven't gotten a tier 4 orb yet, but I should. And we should also look at fully automating this whole process, so that I don't have to stand there whacking stuff with a sword no more. That would be great. As you can see, my blazes are already spawning. Looking good. I'm going to let that chill for a minute. It's okay if the blazes are sitting there. And then let's get this set up, right? So what we're going to want, basically, is to have the Master Ritual Stone in the center. Build out the Ritual of the Green Grove around it. And then activate it. Cool. And then we can see what it's doing to my crops. Hopefully something. Hopefully something. Might have been something. I'm guessing that's the ritual doing its thing. Now, if we wanted to validate, and let's see, I'm at 50,000 LP right now. So if I do that, would that... Is it not a big range? Let's get our Ritual Tinkerer. And what I'm going to do real quick is snag my orb back. Let's turn you off for a minute. And then I think that needed a couple demonic slates. Does it have to be a master? Okay, weak blood shard it is. Let's turn you back on. And let's turn you off. Okay, good. This shouldn't be too big of a problem. I did add like some speed upgrades and some other upgrades around the altar now so that, you know, it's just all around better. So you do the thing. I didn't check how much LP that needs, but I think I've got enough. We'll find out. Maybe I don't. I do. I feel like that was barely enough, though. Let's get this thing filled back up. And you know it's full when the blazes stop spawning. It's the coolest. So let's see what the ritual dude looks like. So for you, define area is what we want. The area that the ritual will grow plants. Okay. So yeah, by default, it's just that. So can I make you like this to this? Looks like it, yes. Oh, now that's better. Now that's better. Now we're cooking. Now we're cooking. Look at that. All right. Don't mind if I do. Now that's without any will upgrades. So I'm curious to see how good this goes once we get, you know, some good will into this aura. Now, where's my chunk boundaries? Not bad. So, I think we just need to put will in the chunk with the ritual stone. So just this chunk would need to have the will in it, right? Speaking of chunk boundaries, let's go find out where a chunk boundary is over here so I can set up a will system. None of these are great. I kind of wanted my will set up to be like right here, and that is literally on a chunk corner, so that would not be an ideal situation for the will. Let's expand out. Let's make it this chunk. Does that sound cool? I like that plan. I already expanded the platform a little bit, but I didn't look at the boundaries, and I probably should have. That's on me. So let's do this to here-ish. That looks cool. Okay, and then what I'd like to do is mark out my corners. So let's get another brick will work. Just so I know exactly where my chunk boundaries end. Cool. Excellent. So that's the chunk that I want to maintain. You know what would be even cooler maybe would just be to... What if we did... that? That sounds cool. And it's inclusive, right? So, yeah, that'll be neat for my will system. I like that. Okay. So now let's review what we want to get going for the whole will setup. So one of the first things we need to do is get Demon Will into the aura, and that is the Crucible, right? And the Crucible is what takes a Tardic Gem and puts it into the aura. And then we're also going to want a Demon Will Aura Gauge, but that needs a crystal first. So let's start with this dude. And then we're going to secondly want a Demon Will Crystallizer, right? But let's start with this thing. So to get this going, we're going to want Demon Will Crucible, Demon Will Crystallizer, and that should pretty much be it. So Cauldron, any stone, Lapis, and Diamond. So Cauldron, any stone, Lapis, and Diamond. Cool. And then where is my Demon Will? There it is. Cool. And then for this guy, it's going to be Iron, Glass, Stone, and a Hellfire Forge. Okay. Stone, Lapis, and Glass. Check that out. There's like a little glowy bit around anything that's currently being crafted now. That's cool. I updated the pack since last episode. So yeah, that's neat. I guess that's new in Applied Energistics. I like that. All right, so Crystallizer, check. Demon Will Crucible, check. So if I remember correctly, what I want to do... Oh, look at that. Crafting job finished on the top right. That's kind of neat. I want to put my Demon Will Crucible inside this chunk, right? And I've currently got 784. If I put that in there, I think it's almost instant that it dumps into there, right? 684. So it took 100 out of there and put it in the chunk for me. Cool. And now the Demon Will Crystallizer, if I just set this here, it should take the will out of the chunk and crystallize it. Right? Pretty sure that's right. I think that's right. Pretty sure that's right. Hey, look, there it is. We got our first Demon Will Crystal. So the first crystal takes, I want to say, a lot, right? Let me stick this in here for now. And pop him out. Now we're at 585, so use another 100. So I think it's 100. Crystals will be consumed once the chunks will dips while whereas it... Crystallize will. The first spire costs 100 will to form, and all its subsequent spires cost 40 each, but can be burned for 50, for a net gain of 10. Cool. And if I remember correctly, it's the spire that I want to chunk accelerate, or take accelerate, and it'll grow a little bit faster. $555 or 556-ish. Oh, good. There's another crystal. Nice. Now we're at 534. So yeah, it's definitely draining to get its thing. If you have 512 total will in your inventory, you can harvest these crystals by right-clicking the spire. So I'm going to drop below 512 in a minute here. I already did, actually. But that's okay. Because what I'm going to do is go kill some more blazes and get more. So let me get, like, I think full is 7, right? So let me get this thing fully grown, and then we'll be back in a sec. That should be pretty darn quick. Remember my Let's Play? I set up the integrated dynamics thing to watch it. And remember, there's also some stuff we can apply. Let's see. This stuff. Excuse me, rude. Where is it? Got him. Oh, cool. I think we're fully grown here. Nice. So you should be done draining will. Good. Now I'm going to go fill her back up by forcing this on. and doing this. And we'll be back in a minute once I've got this will thingy recharged. All right, so now that I've got more than 512 will, I should be able to right-click this guy with an empty hand and get, there we go, all the Demon Will crystals. Sweet. So the first thing I wouldn't mind doing is getting the Demon Will Aura Gauge, which is just glass, redstone, and gold. So redstone, gold, and glass. That's cool. And the will. So I'm going to do one of you, these guys, and that. And now we'll be able to see how much aura, or how much will is in the aura. Perfect. Okay. So if we come over here, we should see... Ow, actually not. Oh yeah, no, there we go, 93. Yes, so that makes sense, right? And it's going to slowly drain out of the aura, 92, 91. But if I do this, we'll see it draining a bit faster, I would imagine. Yes, definitely faster now. See? Definitely draining faster. And then it'll stay at 100 now because this guy's here. But as soon as I take him out, he'll start dropping. Sweet. Okay. And then presumably it drops. Does it drop all the way down to 0? I guess we'll find out. $16. Boy, do I get a lot of blaze rods when I'm using the looting sword. Yep, down to 0. Cool. And then I can click that dude and get myself more Demon Will crystals. Nice. All right, cool. So now let's automate that bad boy, right? So to do that, there's 2 things we're going to want. First off, let's do the resonance of the faceted crystal. So what this should do into separately aspected crystals. Yes. So this ritual takes a well-grown, at least 5 spires raw crystal cluster located 2 blocks above the master ritual stone and splits it into new single spires of each aspected will. Crystal clusters located directly above the 4 elemental ritual stones. This spacing is designed to accommodate a demon crystallizer on top of the master ritual stone. So let's get another crystallizer if we can. Or do I want to... Kind of don't want to lose this crystal, but it's not that big a deal. So let's just break it. It's just a little bit of will. It's not the end of the world. So what I want to start with then is let's get more ritual stones, right? So we're going to want to get pretty much as many as we can here, because I know we're going to want a decent amount for this setup. Let's just get them all, right? And then get a master ritual stone. Which should be easy. Cool. So the first one we want is resonance of the faceted crystal. Let's see, resonance of the faceted crystal. And that one looks like 2 blocks in each direction, but also 1 block off the ground, so maybe here-ish. That works for me. Hey. There we go. And I can activate it. A rush of energy flows through the crystal. Nice. How am I doing on LP? Not bad. Not bad. So then you shall hear. You get some will. Cool. Now, once this hits 5 spires, it should automatically split it, if I'm not mistaken. It doesn't feel like it's been that long since I've done this, but, you know, I've done a lot of things between now and then. Yeah, remember, it uses a full 100 will to grow the first spire. And then a bunch thereafter. Yeah, let's get him maxed out. I have plenty of time. Well, plenty is a stretch. So once he hits 5, he'll split. Boom. There you go. Nice. All right. Cool beans. That's cool. I like that. Oh, cool. And when he splits, he grows the others? That's even better. Nice. That's cool. I like that. All right. So now we're going to have a bunch of the different types of crystals, and that's a good first step. So I want to get a handful of those. Because I want to automate this. Oh, looks like we're running out of will. This thing's empty. Let me go kill some blazes. I'm going to move this to the back because I had problems turning it off before. Well, the front, I guess. And we'll be back in a minute. All right, that's a lot of blazes. But I got myself some more ritual stones, which is cool. Maybe I need... Yeah, no, that's right. Excellent. Wow, actually, that's exactly what I need, I think. So the next one we want to make is Crack of the Fractured Crystal. There we go. And that one's going to be 1, 2, 3 blocks in all directions. So maybe here-ish. And that'll be touching the chunk boundary. That should be fine. Right? And then the Master Ritual Stone seems to be 1 block above where it goes. So now that I'm actually thinking about it, we need another Master. Are we out of obsidian again? I really need to hook up a few things that I've never really gotten around to automating properly. Cool. And now I need another one of you, which should be fine. Do I have more reinforced in there? I do. Good. A few. Not a lot, but enough. So if I'm not mistaken, that should look pretty good. It'll be on the chunk boundary, but I'm okay with that. It'll be on the line. Now let's get our Ritual Tinkerer. Now, effectively what we want to do, first off, I think I need to activate it. You feel pushed but are too weak to perform the ritual. How much does that need to kick off? 40,000 activation, and I'm at 29. So let's charge it up. This guy holds 30-something-ish now. I'm going to turn you guys off for a minute because I'm not really in the mood to sit here and swing the sword any longer. I've been doing that long enough. Cool. All right, now we should be, yeah, well above the value that we need. So now you can activate. Cool. Now what's the Ritual Tinkerer say? Set well consumed, define area. Oh yeah, so you're up above. What I want to do is really just be here to there. Is that cool? And then what I'm thinking is we could put the crystals on the 4 corners here, and that would suffice. Realistically, if I wanted to, I could probably maybe go here to here. That way, if I wanted to put a few more around, I could. Maybe even one higher. Would that be a problem for you? There we go. New range successfully set. Yeah, so anything within that area will get popped off automatically. So, how are we over here for guys? Awesome. Awesome. That's what I wanted to see. We want, in total, 5. Will. Now, you are probably empty. Yep, so I'm going to be doing a little bit more killing, and I'll be right back. Now then, I don't think I want to leave these here for now, so I'm going to actually mine them all up, which will get me 7 of each type of will. Okay. And I'm going to want more crucibles in a minute. Yeah. We should probably plan for that. But I definitely want more crucibles. But basically what we want to do is... how should we place these guys? What I could do is... so when we build this, we combine 4 of these together, don't we? Or is that made in here? I forget. Is this the how we craft it up? How do I make the spires? I know there's a way. Minimum 1200, drained 100. Oh, there's your problem. You know what I could do? I could upgrade this guy. Let's upgrade this guy. So if I wanted him to be 4096, minimum 1000, drained 100. I just need a weak blood shard and a demonic slate, which I have both of. Well, let's get this thing upgraded so he can hold enough to do the thing I want to do. There you go. Excellent. Now let me get this thing charged. All right, that should be charged enough. So now I can do this with that. And I want to get each type made. Cool. And then I also, what I'm going to do is I'm going to put the excesses in here. I also want to get myself some more, not crystallizers, but crucibles. So let me get, let's go with 4 more of them, or 5. Let's go with 5. 5 Demon Will crucibles. So 5 crucibles would be Cauldron times 5. There we go. Beautiful. All right, I'm going to plop these guys right in front of this. Okay, then I'm going to place my spires. So raw crystal cluster I'm going to put in the middle. And the other 4, I don't really care where they go, but I want them roughly around here, right? So 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. Now what I can do is I'm gonna get ready to stage this. So let's get some laser IO happening. Let's get probably a few more of those. Look at all the blinking happening. Oh, what's all these things do? I don't know what that's all about. It's interesting though. What's that all about? I don't know. It's interesting, right? So, guessing I'll want you guys to sit somewhere like this. And let's have a chest. Let's get a good one. I can use it. That should be fine. Fine. We'll do a diamond chest. Cool. And then the Call of the Zephyr. That's what I want next, right? Or do I just want to vacuum hopper it this time? Let's just vacuum hopper it this time. Cool. What direction is this? That is west. Items can go there. Show area. Let's push you like that. So any items that drop in this area will be put in the chest, right? So boop, 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 boop. And they should all be in there. Boop. Cool. So all 5 are in there. Awesome. So let's have an insert card. How am I for cards, by the way? Pretty good. So I would like you to insert, and we're also going to want filters, because we want to filter this for sure. Insert, item filter. Let's just go down the line like this. Okay. So you can insert Demon Will. Okay. You can insert Steadfast Will. You can insert Destructive Will. You can insert Vengeful. And you can insert Corrosive. And then on the up, you're going to extract, and then that should be cool. Awesome. That's working. Sweet. And look in the top left. So see how we have a little bit of each type of will in the aura. Okay? And what should be happening is the will is slowly but surely getting added to the crystal clusters, and they will grow, consuming 40 will to grow. So once the will in the chunk drops to 10-ish, what'll happen is it'll grow the crystal, the ritual will pop the item off, the item will get vacuumed into the demon chest, and then it'll add more will to the chunk. Cool? Let's demonstrate that real quick with you. So once we drop below 10, the item popped off, but I think it went into my inventory. Boom. If you look on over here-ish, you'll see it. See it? See it pop over there? Cool. Okay, and we'll try it with this guy. I forget which crucible, but one of them's going to pop in a sec. And remember, this is a little bit slow until we get those components that make them faster. As soon as it drops below 10, it should grow. There it goes, boom. And then it boosted up to 60. Cool. So now this is fully automated. If I just leave this here, eventually what will happen is the will be around 100, and we'll start net gaining in the chest here. That's going to take a minute, right? So now let's review the book for the Ritual of the Green Grove. And what I wanted to try was Raw and Vengeful. Increases the rate that a growth tick is successful. So Raw and Vengeful. So how do I boost rituals? There we go. Set will consume. Tells the ritual which kind of demon will, if any, to consume. Specify this by carrying demon will crystals in your hotbar. So I wanted Vengeful and Raw, right? And then what we're going to want, I'm going to borrow this crucible. Okay. And if we get the ritual tinker, set will consumed, what should happen is if I come over here and tell you, hey, the ritual will use these types, Vengeful and Raw. Cool. And Vengeful and Raw in the Green Grove. Raw increases the speed, Vengeful increases the rate that a growth tick is successful. So right now we got this going on. So you ready? Let's give it a shot. If I put Demon Will Crystal in there, that definitely looks faster, right? Now if I put a Vengeful in there, oh, now we're cooking. Look at this. This is pretty good, right? I like this a lot. That is not bad. That is not bad at all. That's pretty good. That's really good. And how fast are we burning through this will? Pretty quick. That's pretty quick. That is some decent will burn through. And then not for nothing, but we're going to run out of LP pretty darn soon. So I think what we need to do, lickety-split, is probably automate this process so I don't have to stand here no more. So how about we do this? Let's wrap up the episode. We'll come back next time. And what I'll do is get ready to set up the automation of LP with the ritual dude. I might throw it like right above this thing or somewhere else. I don't know. We'll figure it out. But for now, Untitled signing off. Hope you guys enjoyed the episode. We'll come back next time to get LP automation happening. For now, take it easy.